Hi, it's Thursday, February 19th, 2026. I'm Travis, and this is the Daily Report. Well, day started early. I live in this big senior citizens complex. The local boss here of the staff, not of us, of course, we're residents, but local boss of staff is Jeremy. I forget what his title is, but it's some highfalutin kind of thing. And sometime last year, they started twice a month. Jeremy has breakfast with a table full of residents, I think maybe 11 or 12, something like that. And it's an outreach by the administration to hear us, hear our concerns, answer questions, that kind of thing. I finally made it to breakfast with Jeremy today. And they served a nice breakfast for free. We didn't have to pay for it. Scrambled eggs, bacon and sausage, hash browns, toast, a fruit cup. It was very nice. What the heck? And I ended up sitting right next to Jeremy. Holy moly. So we chit-chatted a little bit, and we got started, and then he said, well, do you have any, specific questions or concerns? And I think he became forlorn with me because I had a whole list of them prepared. But he either addressed them as best he could or he wrote them down, and he'll get back to me on them, and I think he will. So we'll see what happens in the next week. But the day started with breakfast with Jeremy. Holy moly. So that was at, well, actually, to tell you the truth, it started before that because I had asked to be put on the list, but I could never get on the list until at 8 o'clock this morning when I am asleep, my phone rings, and it is the activities director telling me that I was now scheduled to be at breakfast with Jeremy at 9:30. So I had to get up, get my rear end out of bed, get human, get cleaned up, whatnot, and get down there. It was worth it, but nonetheless. Today is Thursday, and every other Thursday is grocery delivery day. All right. Now, a month ago, 4 weeks ago, during the time frame, it's from 11 to 1, and I'm up here waiting for groceries, and there's a knock at my door, and I open the door, and there's a nice delivery man, and he's got all my groceries, and he carries them into my kitchen. All right. That was 4 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I'm waiting, and I'm from 11 to 1. No knock ever comes on the door. No groceries ever come to the door. All right, the guy's running late. I'll give him to 1:30. 1:30 comes, no groceries. Well, I've got places to go, things to do, and people to see, so I went downstairs, and I was going to tell the receptionist that I was waiting for these groceries, and, they haven't arrived. I never got a chance to tell her that because as I got close, I saw just outside the door of the lobby, in the vestibule, all of my groceries sitting there. The guy had brought them in, didn't bother to bring them upstairs, didn't even bother to go through the door to put them in the lobby. They were like in the doorway in the vestibule and just sitting there. The receptionist saw them because she's got a clear line of sight, but the guy never came in to talk to her. Therefore, she figured they were for someone in the building, but she had no way of knowing who. So when I went downstairs, oh my gosh, there they are. And of course, by the time I found them, the frozen stuff was thawed, the refrigerated stuff was warm, and it wasn't pleasant. So I told all of this to grocery lady, all right, in getting ready for today when I sent my grocery order in for today. And I don't know what she did, but she arranged the magic. And so I'm waiting from 11 to 1, and maybe about 11:30, I get a text on my phone. And they told me that, what happens is that when they leave the store with the groceries, they text you to expect them coming. Well, that's not what happened. I looked at the text on my phone, and what was texted to me was a picture of the groceries sitting on the floor right outside my door on the 6th floor. The guy had delivered them, put them, in the hallway, and then took the picture and texted that picture to me. Didn't bother to knock on the door. So I mean, they weren't out there but 2 minutes because I got the text with the picture. But I just thought it was a little strange that he never knocked on the door. But I did appreciate him ringing up. And later I told the grocery lady that if that's the way it works, so be it. What the heck? Well, I was up early for the breakfast with Jeremy. And so after I got the groceries brought in and put away, I had no desire for lunch because they fed us a very big breakfast. But I was up early because of the phone call to wake me up. So I landed in the easy chair for a couple hours and snoozed away. I can do that because I'm retired. Got up, I started doing a few little things. Christmas still is not put away. A little bit more gets done each day. It'll happen by the 4th of July. We did a little bit of that. We did a little bit of desk work until it was time for the 6-7 dinner. Now, you may or may not be aware that among younger kids, the junior high set and some high school kids, recently in the last couple of months, there's been this expression that's 6-7. Whatever happens, you just say 6-7. What does it mean? Well, it literally doesn't mean anything. And if you look this up in the Urban Dictionary, it will tell you that. It doesn't mean anything. It's just something that kids started saying as a placeholder kind of thing to have volume coming out of their mouth. But it doesn't mean anything. Well, we had a 6-7 dinner tonight, but it did mean something. What it meant was, well, they have the main cafeteria downstairs, and then they have the nice, fine dining room. Well, the nice, fine dining room costs a whole lot more than the main cafeteria, and there aren't people coming to eat there. So the administration has to do bribes and coercions to get us to eat there. And one of them is the East Meets West dinner. I live in the West building. The new building they put up a couple of years ago is the East building. They've created the East-West dinner. And what this is in this instance tonight, they invited people from the 6th and the 7th floor of each building, the East building and the West building. And they set up a separate group of tables in the nice dining room. The incentive is 1 free glass of wine, which I don't drink, so that went to pot. But they do a nice dinner down there. We pay for it. It's not cheap. But they offered spaghetti and meatballs, and because we have an Italian chef, the sauce is primo, really is good. I bypassed that today in favor of the chicken cutlet, which they call chicken Milanese. Milanese is based on the city of Milan, where the Olympics are going on right now. And it's a breaded chicken cutlet with a nice sweet sauce on top of it, served on a bed of lettuce, of all things, not pasta. But in any event, it was very delicious. It was very good. Gave us a lemon cake for dessert, and I sat, and I was surprised. I had pleasant company with other people in the building, which I usually generally avoid. But in any event, we sat there long, ate much, and talked much, and had a good time. Came upstairs, eventually did the You Now stream tonight, and watched Switzenberg. Again, I continue to encourage you to watch both of us. What the heck? No animal story tonight because it's Thursday, but if you want to see the animal stories, find them on my YouTube channel. Well, you've got it right now watching this. And after the dinner, I came upstairs, watched a little TV until it was time now. Well, after the streams, watched a little TV until it's time now to make the daily report. And that's it for Thursday, February 19th, 2026. We'll see you again tomorrow for tomorrow's daily report.